Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just declared war on these three kingdoms here. Are they all kingdoms? This is a duchy rank. Okay. This is a de jure war, and we're just looking to get our de jure territory taken over. That'll be absolutely fine. We've got about 45 days here until our men-at-arms are raised. They're hiring in some holy orders, so let's take a look at what their numbers are like. 15k, 20k, and 10k. Yeah, that's not very threatening. So we'll not raise any more forces than this. And they're kind of running away. Sure, this is fine. So we've got about 20 days until our men-at-arms show up, and no problem here. They, of course, have an advantage on that front. Their men-at-arms show up much faster, but it doesn't matter. We're direct vassal above our limit, and we'll want to do something about that. But for now, let's group this army together, go take this capital, and hope that we get a capture and Serbia just surrenders. That would be amazing. We'll see if that happens. There's also a dangerous faction here. Independence? 90%. I feel like that faction didn't exist before, but it should have reset by now. So this is probably a real faction. King of Italy, huh? There are options here. We do have a daughter. This would only be a granddaughter available, though. The main problem is we only have the one child. Do we have any siblings that are available? Actually, yes. We have our half-brother here. Unfortunately, he is part of a holy order. So that's not ideal. We have this guy, however, who is too far away for us to invite him back to court. What else do we have? I think that's it, to be honest. Okay, so what is this guy's faction commitment? Pretty high, to be honest. Okay, I'm taking a look at the faction commitments specifically. We can send this guy a gift, and he'll leave the faction. But that's probably not enough to do anything there. Let's check through here and see if any of these we can simply negotiate with. It'd be very good if we could. We could potentially do something with a hostage, but I don't expect that to actually do anything. Okay. So not too much that we can do here. This is, of course, a problem with our leprosy that we developed. We were never particularly fertile to begin with, and we just don't have a lot of children. So let's wrap up these wars, and then we'll probably have to handle that independence faction, is the current theory. They might just go away after these wars cease to be a thing. The game might think we're overstretched right now, but we really aren't. So let's get this dealt with. Okay, we can come siege here. We're at 85 war score. We can come fight their army. I would prefer not to if we could at all help it. And yeah, that got us there. Beautiful. So we'll enforce those demands. And now we want to go and attack over here. So I think 3 castles here, impassable terrain here. We'll go here, 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 and then hit their capital, or probably here and then their capital, just because of attrition. We'll summon the physician here. We're now only in 2 wars, and these guys are at 79. Okay. I'm going to send these guys a gift. I mean, this is going to max out his opinion of us, and actually, he would leave. We'll just try bribing them. If we can avoid that battle, that would be great. It's not that we can't win it. We can absolutely win it, but it would delay us, and we would prefer not to be delayed. Thank you very much. So we're going to head on up over here and get these sieges done. We'll summon the physician and continue on these sieges. Somebody escaped our prison. Very rude. And yeah, that faction is currently not powerful enough. So that looks great. We've got a white piece here. No, get out of here with that. So we do need to do something about our vassal situation. And what do we want to do about it? Well, there's not a lot to be done, to be honest. Although, yeah, this is a duchy tier realm, but we don't control it. Right. What else do we have? That's a kingdom tier realm. Okay. Pretty much everything is kingdom tier at this time. So that means that we're getting stretched pretty thin, right? No doubt about that. I'm wondering about a cultural change here. We could establish a new tradition, and I believe it is under realm. It'll take a long time to establish, and actually only 8 years. We would have time to do an 8-year. I'm wondering which of these it was. There's definitely one in here, but our culture may not be eligible for it. We've not done too much with our culture here. Cultural acceptance gain reduction, not all that interesting. Mountain homes, pariahicalism, ruling caste, staunch traditionalists. What we're really looking for here, might be under social, is one that increases our vassal limit. There is one somewhere, but as I said, we might not be eligible for it. I wish there was a search tool for it. Unfortunately, there is not. We'll just have to go through all of these. I don't remember where it was under or what we want to, or what it was called. I remember neither of those. But it was definitely in here somewhere. We're on egalitarian right now. It might actually be an ethos replacement, now that I think about it. Nope, it is definitely not. Okay, so in that case, Byzantine traditions and African tolerance, yeah, I'm not that interested in any of that right now. Let's see, frequent festivities. Yeah, I don't think it's under here. I want to say it's under realm. Maybe I missed it. Let's go through this again real quickly here. I'm pretty sure there is a cultural thing, unless they've removed it. That is a possibility at this point. Okay. It might have been removed. I don't think so, but it might have been. I would very much like to raise our vassal limit somewhat. Our vassal limit of 90 is pretty stifling at this point. It's not unworkable, but it is pretty stifling. Pretty sure it wouldn't be under warfare. And we've kind of checked everywhere else, right? So adaptive skirmishers would be... I mean, there's some decent stuff here to boost up our men-at-arms, but we really don't need additional men-at-arms. Like, additional men-at-arms power is kind of irrelevant to us. Strength in numbers would be pretty good, but we don't really need that. Yeah, I think it's just not showing up here. It might not be eligible for our culture. That is a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. I want to check in on our court type here. So we're on an administrative court right now. And that's reasonably fine. This is our court language. I don't really care about that. What we want is to raise up our vassal limit. So raising our vassal limit would definitely be interesting. I want to know what our current vassal limit is made out of. So if we go in here, we can see Emperor plus 60, Bobo plus 20, Egalitarian plus 10. So, I mean, there's that. So Egalitarian is giving us vassal limit. Okay, yeah, so it is. That must be what I was thinking of. Gotcha. So if that's the case, what else can we do? Well, we can check in on Bobo and see if there's, or rather, not on Bobo, on, what was it? It was Bobo culture. Okay, so Bobo is currently giving us plus 20, and Egalitarian is giving us plus 10. Where are we getting the plus 20 from here? That's an interesting question. From just existing? Maybe. But I kind of doubt it. We have no innovations to get. So there's not going to be anything there. That's for sure. So what other things can we do to boost up our vassal limit? Well, that is a difficult question. Vassal limit is intentionally very difficult to boost. So we've already checked our culture. Let's check our religion and see if there's anything in here. We're an unreformed faith. If we were to reform this, we would need to not be at war, but that's okay. If we were to reform this, would we be able to get any tenants that would do that? That might be a thing. I'm not 100% certain that it is, but I'm also not 100% certain that it isn't. We are looking for vassal limit here. There's a lot of tenants available. And legalism might do the trick. It's pretty good, actually. But it's not really what we're looking for here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in here right now. Okay, so that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. However, we do need to solve this vassal limit issue because this is going to build up. Yeah, we need to consolidate our vassals. So the way that we would do that is by title revocation and just giving it to someone else. So we would combine together like these two kingdoms, Galicia and Leon. Unfortunately, a lot of these are going to be, well, this guy's actually on primogeniture, so it's not actually an issue there. But a lot of these are still going to be on partition. Actually, a lot of these have changed over to primogeniture. So that's a good thing. That means that it'll be a little easier to keep them together. So this guy is currently in prison, and we can revoke a title from him without fear of tyranny. So this is great. He rebelled against us, and so we want to revoke that, and I'm just going to give that directly to this guy. We don't want to hold it ourselves. We want the Kingdom of Galicia and all titles underneath it to go to this guy. Okay, let's check in over here. Navarra is in a similar state. So we can revoke this title as well. Consider it done. And we're going to give that to Alsark, perhaps? Okay, he's not imprisoned, but we do have a reason to revoke from him. I'm still going to give it over to him, and that'll be fine. The Kingdom of Navarra will go there. So that solves that problem for the time being, and that's how we're going to have to solve that going forward. For now, though, we're back to our war. Excellent. We want to keep people imprisoned, and we're just going to continue combining together kingdoms like that whenever we have need to. So for now, we don't need to do any more. We're right at our limit, though, and we'll definitely need to do more later. So we'll just grab this location, go hit their capital, and then maybe we should split our force here. Yes, I want to split our force, and we're going to grab these guys, have them go hit the capital. Assuming we have a siege leader. Do we? Hang on, was that one up here? No, it wasn't. That was a forter. Okay, what do we got? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so no available siege leaders. This guy will be in charge. We're going to go fight down over here while we go siege their capital. This should end this war very quickly, which is, of course, exactly what we want to do. We keep these guys imprisoned. We're going to want to start taking their titles away eventually, but we don't want it to be, like, tyrannical, right? So this is fine. We're going to head up over this way, stack wiping their armies. We actually captured him, so enforce those demands. Fantastic. And then we're going to make our way on up over here while these guys head over to here. Cool. So this is a duchy rank realm, and what kingdom is this supposed to be under? Bulgaria is the answer. Well, we gave Bulgaria to Pontus. So we'll just move this guy over here. Wonderful. So that will solve our vassal limit issue until we get this guy. And he, I think, should probably also go to Pontus. Yeah, that is true. Cool. So that's fine. We get a new diplomacy perk here. We can take, say, flexible truces. That'll be good. That'll be a very useful thing for us. This guy's trying to claim our throne. Hilarious. Yeah, he gave up on that right away. I'm not shocked about that one. And let's just go over and get this cleaned up. Of course, we've got some areas up here that need to get cleaned up. Quite a lot that needs to be done over here still. We accept your generous gifts. So over we come. Let's get these guys stack wiped and start a slow siege up over here while our siege weapons come in a little bit behind. Wonderful. Okay, 50% war score sounds good. And how long is that siege going to take? A year? Yeah, I mean, we're not going to wait on that. We've got 10 days left on this siege, and then we're going to move in our siege weapons, and that's not going to go well for them at all. This war's over, but it'll take some time. They just haven't realized it yet. I do see these guys down over here, and I want to go fight them. There's these here as well. It's a good prestige farm, and I want to make our way on over and give battle over this way. I definitely want to prestige farm this. So they're all piling in over here. This is perfect. We're holding them in place with our siege weapons, and our men-at-arms show up, and this is going to all stack wipe. Beautiful. That was a huge chunk of prestige. So this was only 51, but this was 4,402 prestige. Wonderful. Absolutely amazing. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Perfect. So because that was a de jure claim, he automatically got moved into Pontus. I'm not sure why that didn't happen over here. I feel like it should have, but it's fine. So at this point, who do we want to target next? Well, there's actually a duchy underneath us up over here. And I'm going to give that to Romagna here. There you go. Fantastic. I didn't notice that duchy previously, and I should have. I don't know why I didn't notice them, but okay, sure. So next up is a kingdom claim up in Wallachia. Now, we don't currently have the empire title here of White Horde. We need 18 counties for that, and Wallachia is probably 18 counties. So we could declare a war here. Do we have any claims as is? No, we have a tiny little bit of de jure land. It really doesn't matter. Do we have a claimant here? 95 reasons to not come. That's inauspicious. Okay, so that doesn't look good. So we're going to have to get a different path here. We would probably go up this direction and do a de jure claim on this guy. This is de jure ours as well. This is de jure ours. This is de jure ours. Is this kingdom de jure? Ah, from Hungary. Okay. Is Moldavia created? No, it is not. So we're not going to have de jure on this lad. However, we can conquer his duchy anyway. So that'll be fine. That'll give us all of this territory. And then we'll just need to take on Wallachia. So all of that should go under the Kingdom of Hungary and should not give us any additional vassals. That sounds amazing. We're going to raise our men-at-arms here, as well as a few levy troops. I think splitting our forces is a good idea here. They're hiring holy orders. We're in 5 wars right now, and the AI is probably going to think we're overstretched, which is not exactly true. I'm going to split this force in half. We're going to send half of them down to begin a slow siege down here, while the other half awaits the men-at-arms. Okay, this looks fine. We've had some successors in our champions, and I want to deal with that. So skill 13. That was Mayor Casa. There we go. And what do we got here? For the Scorpion of Kong North, we need to seek a worthy successor. For the Bearer of the Emperor's Mace, we need to seek, but we can't do 2 at once. So then, Worthiest of the Champions is still good. Okay, sounds great. So we're just waiting on these men-at-arms at this point. Apparently, everyone is joining our court. No, we need to talk them out of this foolish plan. They had to be forcibly removed. We lose a little legitimacy. I don't really care about that. 2, 1, and okay. Let's split off these bombards. They're going to head on down over this way, while our main forces head up and look to give battle. People attempting to claim our throne, hilarious. I'm a little surprised that we haven't died of leprosy yet. We're 39, and we are still considered fine at this point. Okay, we might live a while longer. So we finished up that siege. We are going to walk up over this direction. Siege here or here? I'm thinking here, and then we go directly for their capital. I'd like to get them knocked out of this war, and that'll be wonderful. Okay, they are running up over this way, but they started a siege. This is a bad idea. They should not do that. We're going to catch something here. Yeah, there we go. Looks good. We finished up the siege here, and let's get their capital taken over. This could easily end the war. Both of these have poor aptitude. Okay, that's not great. Increased maintenance. Yeah, that'll do. A soft approach is indeed best. We've got 8 plagues right now. That's not actually the most number of plagues in the world. So we're going to head up over this way and fight these lads. Looks good. This war is over, and we'll enforce those demands. Perfect. So next up, we should go here. That's going to be a very quick siege. Perfect. So these battles are ongoing nicely. We just had a successor found, and we should probably put that in. Just double checking our sizes right now. Yeah, that all looks good. Wow, our accolades are all gone. Okay, that was very rapid. So we should definitely restore accolades, and we can't restore accolades. It's not available until next year. So our accolades are grim. The state of our accolades is not great. It's okay. We don't need them to get this done. But they would have been nice to have, for sure. Demand artifact, we'll decline that. And this is probably that independence faction again. Yeah, 4 months away. France, huh? I'm going to send him a gift. He'll leave that faction. I'm going to send this guy a gift, but also demand his conversion. Only a 20% on that. I'm going to send this guy a gift. France is the primary concern here. Okay. And France is going to leave this faction, so that sounds good. We do need to wrap up this war very quickly because, yikes, they have decided that they are going to have all of the people joining the independence faction. So, what else can we do here? Well, we can look at some of these guys. This guy can be bribed. And honestly, I'm just going to go down the list, and I'm going to try to bribe everyone here, and we'll see who leaves the faction. Some of them will. Some of them this won't be enough for. And that's understandable. So we'll send gift to all of these lads. We're getting a lot of opinion from it, of course, because of our diplomacy focus. So that's very, very good. And we'll send gift here. Cool. So some of them will leave that faction. Okay. So we finished up this slow siege. I want to come up and fight these guys. It's going to take us some time to get there. We won the siege here, so that means that this war is over. We'll enforce those demands. And we're going to head over this direction next. There's a lot of hostile forces down over here, which is vaguely obnoxious. But it should be okay. Okay, our wife died. And that puts us above our domain limit. So we definitely don't want to be above our domain limit right now. Let's find ourselves a wife with solid stewardship. She'll do. Just waiting for that to go through. There we go. And we want to make her be our primary spouse. Skill 30 stewardship. And make sure that she is on managed domain. Indeed she is. That should solve that problem. Okay. Looks good. Now, that faction actually went away too. We ended a war. And we also bribed a bunch of people. So that changes a lot as far as that war goes. Beautiful. So let's get this siege completed. And take their capital. And see if that will end this war. Hopefully it will. And it did. Fantastic. So this war is over. We'll enforce those demands, and now we can make our way up to here. We've only got 2 wars left. This one will go very swiftly. And I would love to catch this force here. Looks like we might. Yeah, we're going to catch something there. Cool, we got a fine sword from the surprise birthday party. That all seems good. And yeah, we're going to catch them there. They're going to be locked in. And we're going to stack wipe their entire force. Beautiful. It's exactly what we're looking to do. Okay, we didn't quite get a full siege here. Our message was convincing. Perfect. And sure, we can walk over here and start a slow siege. That's fine. These wars are just about over. This one is over. And we'll enforce that demand and make our way over this way. Beautiful. So we've got 5 months left on this fort. That's absolutely wonderful. Let's just wrap up this war nice and quickly. Sure. Show this person in. She increased her feudal levies to us. Wow. Okay, that's really nice. I'm glad she did that. I don't know why she did that. But sure. I mean, we don't really need it. But it's the thought that counts, right? So we're going to head up and take their capital. We're at 65% war score right now. And the capital is likely going to end it, especially when you combine it together with this siege, which is going to be done very soon. So let's see what we've got. 93? Okay. Let's head here. This siege is probably going to finish first. That said, we're moving pretty quickly. Do we want the child to be miraculously healed? The infection remains, but they seemed happier. Okay, whatever. So the war is over, and we're going to enforce these demands and disband our troops. All of this territory went to us, which is definitely not what we want. I'm going to grant the duchy title to this guy, which we need to create. And then we'll grant over to here with all of this territory. Perfect. And then that guy we want to grant over to Bohemia, or rather to Hungary, like this. Okay, so now it's just Wallachia that remains out here, but we can create the White Horde Empire level title. So that means that we have a de jure claim here, and we should have a de jure here as well. Yes, we do. So that looks fantastic. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to finish up our cleanup in this area. We've got a couple of people left to take care of over here, and then I'd like to get this guy taken care of and these guys, but we're definitely getting this cleanup handled. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.